Ahoy gamers and welcome to a new series on Diablo 2 Resurrected as we are playing through as a hardcore solo self-found going from 0 to Ubers. In this episode we start our Smarter Den off. We make our way through Act 1, 2, 3 and 4, spamming Zeal and Holy Fire to do a load of damage, do a lot of farming to get as many runes as possible. We're trying to keep this as safe as possible as we make our way through normal difficulty. And as I just alluded to, we got all the way to Act 4 and we took on Diablo. We've got some good gear. So without further ado, let's jump on in. Here we are, finally returning back to the challenge I started. I think it was almost a year and a half ago, going from 0 to Ubers. We're going to be attempting this again. We've lost a number of characters along the way in our previous attempts. We've lost a number of paladins. We lost 3 paladins attempting it. We lost a couple druids attempting it. And we've lost a lot of assassins attempting it. We're going to go again. We're going to be doing a brand new series of 0 to Ubers. I've never beaten Ubers before. I've only ever beaten the game, I think it's twice, maybe 3 times on hardcore. That's what I forgot to mention. We're doing this as a hardcore solo self-found. So, jump straight in. 0 to Ubers. We're going to be starting off as a paladin. So this series will be us playing through the game. I'll be skipping a lot out. As you can see here, everything's empty. All these stashes are all empty. I cleared them out just before starting. So I will be following a leveling guide, which will be down in the description below. I believe it's Maxi Roll I'll be using as a leveling guide. So if you want to have a look at that, it is just... I'm pointing down below, but you can't see me pointing. So what's the intention for this? So I'm going to be playing as a hardcore solo self-found. If I die, my character's gone. Solo self-found, I have to find all the items myself. And we're just going to make our way through the game to start off with. These first part of the videos will just be us just playing through the game. I can't promise that we're going to do anything too flashy. I don't know how far we're going to get in each video. So I think that I'd like to get through a few acts per video. So this video may get me to maybe start of Act 3. But we'll see. It's all about when we find content. Some acts there's going to be absolutely nothing happening. So Act 3 is going to be quite action-packed because there's a lot of mobs, quite high density, there's a good chance of us dying. Whereas the lower acts, not very much is going to happen. So gameplay, I want to increase my difficulty to maximum players, just for the extra experience. It's going to make a huge difference to start off with. I'm happy to change that as we go, because there's no reason why I can't change it as we go. Look how much experience we got, loads of experience. So yeah, so we're probably going to jump in and out throughout this series as we get to different milestones as we play. When you get to certain milestones of levels, certain milestones of bosses, and more importantly, certain milestones of gear. Because gear being the big thing. So although we're a paladin, our leveling build will essentially make us go down the route of a Hammerdin. I've never used Hammerdin successfully before. I've only ever used a Hammerdin once. I didn't like it. I died as a hardcore when I got to... There's Act 3 as a Hammerdin, never used it again. So hopefully it works better this time, because that's what it recommends in the build, and then we're going to then become a Smiterdin. So once we get to end game, we're going to go to Smite and hope that Smite will work for us. There's a load of items we need. There's a huge shopping list of items we're going to need for us to do Ubers, at least do Ubers safely. There's obviously always a risk that our characters will die. I've never done Ubers before, so this will be a complete blind run. The closest I've gotten, like I said, was the gear phase of Ubers. So I tried to gear up a Smiterdin before. I tried to gear up a Lightning Strike. There's Lightning Strike and Lightning Fury Amazon. Both of them have died during the gearing phase. So hopefully this doesn't die during the gearing phase, and hopefully we can make it. So we'll jump in and out as we make our way through, ideally Act 1, maybe Act 2. And we'll see how far we can get within this first video. There is no time frame on these videos. I'm just doing them in my spare time when I'm at home. So it may be a week between videos, maybe a month between videos. I'm not too sure. But what I do know is that I am adamant that we'll get through this series at some point. And hopefully sooner rather than later. So this is probably our 30, maybe 40th kill of the Countess. I'm not killing her anymore. I am done killing her. I've been trying to farm for 1 L rune. It's all I need to make steel. There's a couple of rune words I want to make. So I'll show you what we've got so far. This is all off of farming from her. So you'll see the items we've got here. So I want to make a steel, so I need to put L rune in there, so it'd be a T and L. This is for Ancient's Pledge later on. Really good shield. I've found 2 of them so far. Really lucky with those drops. I have been here for hours farming the Countess from. I've got a few charms here. I've got Lightning Resist charm. That's the only real big one I've got. I think I had another charm somewhere else. No, okay, I thought I had a poison charm somewhere. Oh no, the poison resist just there. Got a few gems, which I've collected. Loads of rejuvenation potions. And then the big one I've got here is, look at all these runes I'm collecting. All these runes. But not a single L rune. So I have been here for a while. We're going to continue to push through this act. I'm done waiting for an L rune. If we get an L rune, great. If we don't, great. I think we'll be okay. We are now level 18. And you see here, still focusing on Holy Fire. We're now using Zeal for charge skill to speed up our movement. Then Holy Fire is our main skill for the time being. We'll be using this all the way up until, I believe, when we get to level 35. So around about Act 4, we'll be continuing this. And then Act 4/Act 5 will then switch over to Blessed Hammers, which is down here, which does loads of damage. It does cost a lot of mana, but we're going to have to wait a little bit of time to get there. So we've just got to the 4th floor of the catacombs. Just had this drop. I didn't think these dropped this early on in the game. So that's 8 resistances, 3 sockets, a huge amount of chance to block. That's not bad, because we need these shields to block. Yes, we do need a lot of strength for it, so we need to get ourselves up 10 more points into strength, but that might be something worthwhile using. But we're just about to fight Andy. We're going to clear out our inventory first, because our inventory is absolutely full with just random stuff. You can see here all my random items I've been picking up. Cold resistance, that's very good. Just found that as well. So we are very, very quickly filling up our inventory and our stash. All resistances, but we have got this faster cast rate. We've got this faster cast rate ring here as well. So that's going to be very good when we switch over to doing hammers. So we are going to become a hammered in before we go any further. Got a few things we need to pick up on the floor and the 4th floor I'm going to keep hold of that. That's not bad, actually. Anything with all res is really useful to have. And let's go clear out the floor on the 4th floor. And then we'll go and fight Andy. Let's see if we get anything good from up here. So we had an axe dropped on the floor. We've got this just here. I'm actually going to leave that axe on the floor. I can't bother to pick it up. And just pick up some minor healing potions for the time being. And just like that, that should be us good to go. As we make our way through here, so we are now level 20. So the guide I'm following, which is once again down in the description below, for Maxi Roll, does recommend that by the time you get to level 20, you switch over to being a hammered in using Blessed Hammers, which I guess would work. However, this also works. So we're probably going to keep this build going using the Fire Aura all the way up until the 4th act, where we get into Hell. Then we're probably going to switch over to being a hammered in, only because I want the fire damage from the Holy Fire. It's going to be really useful in clearing all the extra trash in Act 3, because all of those random mobs that run around, they're going to be really annoying. We are still on 8-player difficulty, so this is pretty easy. The Paladin's a really strong class to get you started. So if you're wondering what class you should start, if you're new to the game, definitely go for Paladin first. And grab a belt. And I don't really think there's anything else of use on the floor there. So that is now Act 1 complete. We are now going to make our way to Act 2. And hopefully we can finish Act 2 in this video. We may even get halfway through Act 3 or even finish Act 3. Depends how I feel. Because currently we're nearly 10 minutes into this video. Just finished Act 1. Yeah, I think we might be able to do Act 3 today as well. But we'll see. We will see. And any of these any good? No. That's better than what I've got, but I lose out on the belt size, so we're not going to go for it. So all in all, no, not very good. And I've got my normal gem little routine here. Got Taz Red or Tasered. Always goes Topaz, Amethyst, Sapphire, Ruby, emerald, diamond, and skulls. It's just the way I work. It's mainly because it's recommended to me a long time ago and I've never forgotten about it. And we have been actually, something that's worth noting, because I was streaming some Gaheed only, gamble only challenge runs. Have been buying stuff from Gaheed because some of the stuff is actually quite good. So I've got a belt from here. So ideally I can maybe get another belt if we get some good ones starting to appear. There we go. Those can be quite good. Oh, I thought that could be something else. I think gold wrap or something like that looks identical. I mean, we're not going to have enough strength to wear these, so we're just going to sell them. Never mind. Yeah, we need 10 strength. We're not going to get that strength. The first challenge in Act 2 is Mr. Radamant down here. So we're going to try and fight our way through. We obviously are frozen a little bit here, so it's not ideal. We want to try and lure them around this corner. Radamant can't revive them if they're around a corner. And that guy there is the one we want to take care of because he can freeze us or at least slow us down. The rest of this should be fine. They've got loads of potions here to play with. And you have got antidotes on the floor, but I don't think we need any antidotes. We should be fine. And I think we're good to go and fight Adamant. Radamant. Come on, down you go, Mr. Radamant. And just going to keep sipping potions. My zeal should be able to do a lot of damage. Large charm, perfect. Okay, we have got some room in our inventory. The only reason why we came down here is for the Book of Skill. And he's down. Awesome, Book of Skill. And you don't actually need to pick up this Fardric scroll, but I'm going to pick up it anyway. Drop on the floor. Do you need it to talk to Decker Kane? I can't remember. It's been a while since I last did this. And we want to put this skill point into resist fire. Wherever you are. There you go. Atma, thank you very much. I think she makes the shop slightly cheaper. And Decker Kane, stay a while and listen. Right, next stop will probably be us getting the cube, I think. Let's double check all of these. Okay, they weren't that great. This poison length attacker takes damage. Yeah, we'll go for that. Perfect. Found a tier rune. Shame it's not a L rune, so we can make steel. But never mind. So, second day of recording. I wanted to take a bit of a nap after taking on Radamant. And we finally got the L rune. Just randomly dropped from these mobs here, so I'm glad I didn't farm the Countess for about 15 hours. But never mind. We make our way through Act 2. Obviously, the guide recommends that we switch over to Hammerdin. We're not going to switch to Hammerdin. We're going to stay as this for a while. If I find any good helmets that are 2 sockets, I'm going to upgrade this. As long as it's within my strength requirements. I don't think we're putting any points into strength anytime soon. Yeah, so far so good. So we'll probably drop in each time we get to any kind of... There's not any bosses really in Act 2. So we're going to jump in when we get to, let's say, probably just the Sorcerer in Arcane Monument, Arcane Sanctuary. And then we'll just jump in when we get to Jorio himself as well. Because there's not really any bosses here. And this is the third attempt through the Arcane Sanctuary. The other 2 obviously didn't work very well. I went in the wrong direction. Here. Loads of large charms, getting loads of charms, got a fair few items in my inventory, but Sorceress, as per usual, just need to get nice and close and bonk them. And just like that, that is this mission over. Straight to Jorio. Is it Jorio? Yeah, sure, why not? And here we are, into Talrash's chamber, where we fight Jorio. We're still on players 8, so we're going to see how well this goes. Happy to run away if needs be. Okay. Being frozen is really annoying. Let's get out of here quickly. Let's run away a little bit. And this freeze is really annoying as well. It might be worth us switching over to Smite. Okay, we do almost no Smite damage, so probably not worth us switching over to Smite. So yeah, we ideally want to get some form of like 4-in potion. If we get 4-in potion, which should be sold by Lysander. There you are. We should be able to negate the freezing. I think we need 4 of them. Yeah, that should do. And I don't think mana is going to be too much of an issue. So I put 1 rejuvenation potion down there. Just as a, oh no, I'm panicking moment. I could just lower the gain difficulty, but no, I don't want to do that. There we go. So we are slowed, but we're not frozen. Okay, he is still stunning us. That's fine. He is very quickly going down, though. I say very quickly. Not the quickest, but hey, it's fine. You can keep chugging these potions. Drink 4 more of these. Keep chugging my health potions. And down he goes. Just like that, Act 2 is over. Nephrune, I'll take a Nephrune. I think we actually need a Nephrune for something later on, don't we? And we put something into here, and you move something around, grab those blade talons. Thank you. So we might be able to sell for something. Awesome. So, Act 2 over. We're going to move into Act 3. That's where we're going to end today's episode in Act 3. So we're hopefully going to take on Mephisto. Once Mephisto's over, then yeah, we'll end this episode. Hopefully.
I shall honor Tal Rasha's sacrifice.
Destroying all. Okay, thank you. Identify my stuff, please. Yes, hopefully we can get through all of the game. I really am looking forward to trying on the Ubers. We're just going to see how well we do with a Hammerdin. So once again, I've never used a Hammerdin. Well, I have. That's a lie. I've used a Hammerdin once, and it didn't really work out too well for me. So I've never used it since. So I want to put everything into here. Awesome. Found another cold resistance amulet, which is a really good amulet. 20 plus cold res. We're not going to use it. So we want faster cast rate. I guess at the moment we could use it because we're not using any form of casting. But hey, no, my luck, I'll just switch my amulets over and I forget about switching back to fast cast rate. Here we are coming to the end of Act 3. Well, almost the end of Act 3. We're now in Travancore. Hopefully we can take on the council members. We've done a few quests here. Well, actually, we've done every quest so far. So we're going to go melee all these down. Hopefully we don't get spanked too hard with all these Hydras. But no, this looks good. We have got a curse on us, but that's fine. Have just had an Orc Rune drop. That is amazing. Because we actually need an Orc Rune for us to make Ancient's Pledge, which you don't normally get until Act 5. Because you get the runes for Ancient's Pledge for free in Act 5. So we can now upgrade our... I'm embarrassed to say this, but we've still got the very first shield you start the game off with. Well, that's embarrassing. No wonder we're taking a little bit of extra damage. Alright, well, at least that's the Joints of Hate unlocked. We're going to go sort our life out. We're going to get ourselves Ancient's Pledge. First speak to Deckard Cain. Good to see you. And Ormus. This guy's all Ormus he is. Right, that's rubbish. Cold resistance would take cold resistance. Fire damage, rubbish. Nice. A little bit of extra resistances. I don't know what to do with this tome, actually. What do we do? Alcor, he's up here. With that in mind, we now have this shield here. I wouldn't mind putting into this shield, but it's going to take us a while to get there. And the only real difference is a little bit of extra block. So there's a Rao, Ort, and a Tower Rune. We'll make Ancient's Pledge, which gives me loads of resistances. Damage goes to mana, and a little bit of enhanced defense. That's a huge upgrade. I'm just going to drop that because that is absolute trash. I can't believe I hadn't upgraded it. Wow. Right, Alcor, what have you got for us? There you go. Gives me 5 more skill points, which is good. All into vitality. So what's next? Mephisto. Let's go and make our way there. We're going to make our way to Mephisto. We have almost the perfect map. The waypoint's just there. Level 3 is just here. So we might get ourselves a teleportation staff. Just teleport across and farm Mephisto for a bit. Maybe not in this. Oh, maybe not in this episode, but between this episode and maybe the next one, I'll probably farm Mephisto. Because in normal, Mephisto can drop some decent gear. I don't think she can drop a G face because we're going to need certain gear when we get to Ubers. Something like a G face would be really useful because it gives me crushing blow. There are certain items that would be really good to have, and I think some of them can drop from normal Mephisto. At least I think one of the types of boots, I think it's Gore Riders, can drop from normal Mephisto. So it actually might be worth us farming this. I don't mind getting in the poison because we've got reduced poison length. And you're going to zeal her down, or him down. And I think this is the coolest design of Mephisto as well. There you go, Soulstone, grab all this. Okay, we don't have enough room for you. There we go. So we can probably actually drink all of our greater healing potions and mana potions. So we can get some more in Act 4. And thinking about how long have we been recording for. So this is 20 minutes, half an hour. Do we want to do Diablo? Yeah, let's do Diablo today. We're going to go, I'm going to jump back in when we get to Izual. So once we do this first quest here, Fallen Angel, we'll jump back in. We will then jump back in as we get to Diablo. So I don't really see us having too much difficulty getting there. But I could be very wrong. We may have a lot of difficulty. Here we go. First challenge of Act 4 is Izual. He's normally a bit of a tanky beast. However, we are just absolutely destroying him here. I'm not too worried about this fight at all. It's quite nice actually having a decent shield now. We haven't switched to Blessed Hammers just yet as a Hammerdin because I quite like being a Zealadin for the time being. I will have to switch to it when I start farming, especially as I get into Nightmare and Hell. However, there is no rush right now. There you go, talk to his spirit, then teleport back, and this should give me a free skill point if I'm not mistaken. There you go, there's the free skill point. So there you go, Holy Fire is now maxed out. The next one I'm going to max out is Fire Resistance, just because if I hover over this, Fire Resistance gives me an extra 21% damage, which is a huge boon to damage. Now we need to go do the Soul Stone. I'm going to show you the reward of the Soul Stone once we get there. And it's time to take on the armourer. Let's go see what runes we get, if we get anything good. Hopefully we get something decent. I don't really know what I'm expecting or what I need. Alright, straight up to the forge, click on it, and then we're going to click on it again any second now. Oh, we need to equip the hammer, don't we? Hammer, bonk, hit it a couple times. Awesome, let's see what we get. Ort rune, okay, fine. So if you don't get Ort rune from anywhere else, this is a good way to finish your Ancient's Pledge. So Ort runes can start dropping anywhere from Act 3 onwards, and obviously you need an Ort rune for Ancient's Pledge. It's the only one rune that doesn't drop from the Countess in Act 1. Right, time to take on Diablo. Oh, I've got a skill point down here. Didn't realise that. Thought I'd use all these. Boom, resist fire. And this is going to be the end of the video as we take on Diablo. Nothing special. We're just going to go and bonk him down with our Zeal. Okay, trying to avoid that lightning. Although we have really good resistances at the moment. If we can... Did I just... Okay, but my weapon had just disappeared for a second there. Yeah. Trying to avoid the lightning if I can. Happy. This works really well. Then I'm going to continue burning him with my Holy Fire. And I do just need to dodge those lightning attacks. In Act 2, in Nightmare and Hell, Diablo is actually one of the easiest bosses to fight. Because when you're up close, that laser, this lightning beam that he does not actually hit you. So you can just stand right underneath him. It's his most dangerous attack. If you stand directly underneath him, he won't hit you. At least it may have been patched, but from my understanding it hasn't been patched. Do definitely correct me if I'm wrong. We've got some chain gloves. There we go. Nice and easy. Let's go see what these chain gloves are. They're like Kleegors, I think they're going to be. Kleegors? Yeah, Kleegors. Knockback, yeah, not that great, to be honest. We do want new gloves, but yeah, they're not that great. So, onwards and upwards to Act 5, where we'll finish Act 5 in the next episode. Hopefully get most of the way through Nightmare next episode. The only reason why I'm not carrying on, because I have a limited amount of time if I have to go back to work. I'd like to get a video out rather than get nothing out, if that makes sense. So, just going to grab more potions. Just like that. I'm probably going to farm some Shank in Act 1. Not in Act 1, Act 5, in the first area, because Shank is really good for just experience, and well, yeah, for experience you can drop a load of charms, he can drop some rare items as well. So we're going to farm Shank a little bit in the first area in Act 5. When we get to about level 35, maybe even level 40, we're probably going to switch to Hammerdin, or we might switch to Hammerdin before we start farming Shank. But yeah, so Shank is, if I go on the map here, if you go to the waypoint, if you go to the Frigid Highlands and walk backwards, you don't need, if you go backwards you find the Overseer, if you go forwards you find Shank, or you find one or the other. There's two elite mobs, or unique mobs that are next to each other. Really good place to farm. But we'll end this first video here of us going from 0 to Ubers. So far so good. We've got a load of rune words now. We've got some relatively good faster cast rate gear. We've got 30% faster cast rate, so I think we're probably ready to give ourselves into being a Hammerdin. And we may as well do it sooner rather than later. So I'll probably do it between this episode and the next episode. The only thing we're missing now is some decent gloves and some decent boots. So this is why I'm re-rolling here. We're going to try and get ourselves some decent gloves and boots now. So you want the certain types of gloves and certain types of boots you want. You want these types of boots. You're going to get 5 of them. And you can see if any of them, faster one walk is better. And anything else here? No. All faster one walk, Nova, enhanced defense, cold resist. Yeah, okay, that is actually very good. So we've now got better boots. Let's see if we can get some better gloves. So we want some hard leather here, or heavy gloves. Do a couple re-rolls of these. MF will take a... Oh no, I lose a bit of resistances, that's fine. You want to definitely re-roll some of these. Maybe you can get some belts as well. Okay, didn't get anything good there. And we can't afford any more re-rolls. But we'll end this first episode of this series. If you made it this far, thank you much for watching. As per usual, got a few links down in the description below. One link is to the public Discord, or the community Discord, if you want to join that. It's a small community, very slowly growing. Feel free to join, and I'm happy to talk to you guys. And then on top of that, you've got 2 YouTube channels. One is to Mrs Rothmers' first YouTube channel, where she does lore videos on all things fantasy, stuff like Tolkien, Warhammer, Game of Thrones, that type of stuff. And then finally, we have a second YouTube channel where me and Mrs Rothmer are collecting the Warhammer tabletop models. Currently, we have 2 Age of Sigmar armies and some Lord of the Rings battle strategy game armies. So we're going to be painting, building, and battling sometime soon. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and as per usual, peace out.